Hey guys, welcome back to another video with InfoSec Pat. In today's video, we're going to be talking about another VulnHub machine called Basic Pentesting 1. We're going to be rooting this box, see what it's all about. So if you guys are ready for it, let's get into it. Alright, so you see here on my desktop, and we can scroll down. You can go right to VulnHub and just search for Basic Pentesting, and then you'll see this box, and you can just come down, click on the mirror, and you can just download the OVA and import it into VirtualBox or VMware. But I think it's, if you look at the description, we'll read this in a second. But I think it's definitely better with VirtualBox, right? So pretty much we're gonna, it's a small boot to root VM that someone created in their university for their cybersecurity group. So pretty much, let's just look at the goal, right? The goal is to remotely attack the VM and gain root privileges, okay? Once you've finished, we'll try to find other vectors that you've missed, but, if you have any questions, reach out. All right, so you just download it. It's pretty much, I have it here. Let me open it up and I can show you guys. Let me move it over here. Let me make this a little smaller. Let me bring, oh crap, what happened? Uh-oh. All right, that was weird. So this is the box right here. Once you boot it up, we don't know the username, the password, I'm sorry. And for an example, if I try root, nope. So we don't know any information about this box yet, okay? So what we're gonna have to do is perform some enumeration, reconnaissance, see what we gather, and try to go after this machine, all right? So let's go ahead and minimize that. I want to go ahead and open up Cherry Tree. I want to go ahead and start taking some notes. If I can spell cherry. All right, so let's go ahead and do File, New Instance. All right, so I want to go ahead and put, what is this, Basic Pentesting. You can see it, man, it's small. Okay, so this is the basic pen testing. So what we're going to be doing is step 1. Okay, so this is going to be pretty much a full walkthrough of this box. Hopefully we can get root access. Hopefully, I'm thinking in about 30 minutes. It shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to do it. So let's get started. So first things first, let's go ahead and find out what is the, let's go ahead and exit that. Let's see what the IP address is, okay? There's a few ways to do that. We can do ARP, we can do NetDiscover, but I want to use NetDiscover because that's normally the way I do it. So I want to go ahead and do NetDiscover. It's going to go out, use ARP, and see whatever the IP addresses are on that network. I have no idea what that IP is, so we'll give this a moment, okay? We'll give this just a second, and then we'll go ahead and do an Nmap Scan and start our enumeration. So while that's taking its time, let's go ahead and just put Nmap Scan, okay, and then get IP. So I know it's going to be like 172.16.1. something. All right, we'll give this a couple more minutes. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. Okay, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Wow, that thing's taking longer than I expected. Alright, that's really weird. Let me do an ifconfig really quick. Okay, so let's do an ARP-A. So it might be 18. Let's just copy this, ping it. I'm just clear. All right, so this might be the machine. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put 18 here. And then the next thing we're going to do is run a quick Nmap scan. So do Nmap. So we're going to do a -C, S capital C. dash S capital V dash P a capital PN and then the IP address. All right. So we'll give this a moment. Once this has the results, we'll copy that and put it into Cherry Tree for our Nmap results. Perfect. That was pretty quick. So let's just do a quick copy of this. Okay. And then we'll go over it. Let me just copy this. Okay. All right. So, sorry. So we have port 21, which is FTP. So this is pretty interesting. We have the version here, SSH, port 80, and so on and so forth. So first things first, let's go see what's on port 80, okay? Let's just go ahead and go out to that. I set 172.16.1.18. All right. So it says it works. This is a default page for the server. The server software is running, but no content has been added yet. Fair enough. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take a note of this. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Ah, crap. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. See if I can do control. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Let me copy this. All right, so on port 21, we're running the version Pro FTPD 1.3.3.c. So that we could probably, use search exploit, go on exploit.db and see the vulnerabilities for that. But I don't want to go there yet. I want to see if there's any other tricks or tips that we can utilize for this, for this machine. Maybe we can run something. For an example, let's see something really quick. Let's go back here for a second. Doesn't probably look like anything on. All right, so what I want to do is I want to run GoBuster really quick. All right, and I want to go ahead and, so what I'm doing here is I want to run GoBuster for the URL, the web server that we're running, 172.16.1.8, and I'm doing extensions.txt, PHP, HTML, and then I want to use the word list of the default word list here. And if you're not familiar with the word list, you can just do a locate word list, and it's going to be in user share dirbuster word list, and I'm using the directory list medium with a threshold of 64 and quiet. Okay, so let's go ahead and let that do its thing. Okay. We'll give that a moment. Oh, my neck hurts. All right, so far we have secrets. So that looks pretty interesting, okay? But we'll we'll let this do its thing. We'll give it a second. But while that does its thing, let's just go ahead and copy this and see what we got here. Let's copy section. Let's actually paste that in here, okay? And then paste that in here. All right, so nothing is really there. Okay, something's loading. Cool. So it looks like it's a blog. Looks like WordPress. Okay, cool. This is another WordPress site. So this is cool. All right, cool deal. Hello world. A WordPress. Blah blah blah. All right, so we have some meta. We have login, entries, RSS. We have comments, WordPress.org. Let's try to hit log in. Let's try to log into this bad boy. All right. All right, that didn't work. I don't know what this is looking for. All right, let's get out of here. Whoa, nope, I don't want to go there. So let's just go ahead and let's see something. Let's hit here. Okay. All right, cool. This is very interesting. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it says it's trying to resolve DNS here. VTC sec. Okay, let me copy that. Let me X out here. All right, so let's go ahead and put that in our cherry notes. So I'm gonna put DNS, So what we have to do here is add a DNS entry in our host file. So technically, I'll show you how to do that in a second. So once we do that, we should be able to resolve these, like for example, let's see, comments. Oh my God, I don't know why it's going to that crazy site. Let me just hit login here. Okay, so I'm not going to go out to the internet. So even login, we need to have that, we need to resolve this issue really quick. And it's very simple. So what we can do, VTCSec, I'm probably going to forget that in a second, but you see this is done, so it found secrets. So we can take this output, okay? We can let's copy this and put it in Cherry Tree 2, just so we have some of our notes documented, okay? So let's go ahead and fix that issue that we have here. So let's cat, okay, perfect. I probably used this before. So in etc hosts, we have what's called the local host file. Now we have to add that IP 172.16.1.18 to point to VTCSec, I believe. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Let's do a nano. Okay, very simple to do. 172.16.1.18, and then it's going to be pointing to VTCSec. VTCSec. Okay, perfect. Do a Control X. Yes. Okay, so now technically, if we just do up arrow again, we can see that it's here. Okay. So now, if we click on login, we should get a login. Boom. See that? Now we're able to get to it because we added a record into our local DNS, or local host file. All right? So now if we go back, we hit entries, like, I'm not going to do that right now. Let's cancel that. Comments. Okay. It's cool. So if we just click here, it's going to go to WordPress. Okay, fair enough. All right, so now we got some interesting stuff. Now let's go back to our command line. Let's clear this, and let's see if we can do something here, and see if there's any other information that we can use here. So it's secret, right? All right. So let's just do that. Okay, here we go. Now we're rocking. Okay. So now we're finding more directories, because pretty much GoBuster is brute forcing that, right? So now we're finding some more directories in here that look pretty interesting, okay? It may be nothing, but, you know, who knows, okay? So we'll let that do its thing. Okay, it's getting warm in here. I'm actually charging my phone in my other room, and I can't turn my AC on, damn it. All right. So we'll let this do its thing, okay? So let's go see what else we have cooking. So it works. So what other things that we can do? We can, oh man, my back. Oh, all right. So let's just open up another terminal really quick while this is doing its thing. Let's open up a new tab. Let's just make this bigger. Sudo su, my fancy password. Okay, clear. All right, so the next thing is we have the we have the version that we're running on this box for FTP. Okay, so let's see if there's any cool stuff with this. Let's do search exploit. Like that. All right, so let's paste. Okay, okay, cool deal. So now we have some results here, right? We have compromised source, backdoor code, remote code execution. Okay, that looks pretty promising. So what we can also do is just go out on the internet and just Google. Okay, and we can just look at the backdoor execution. And we can look at Rapid7. It'll show us in MSF, which is Metasploit, we can use this specific exploit. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go check this out. Come on, minimize. What's my minimize? Okay, so let's go ahead and open up MSF console. Okay, and now once this opens up, we'll go ahead and search that again to see what we have cracking. So I'm sure we can utilize this in Metasploit to take control of that. All right, so let's go search and paste that bad boy here. Cool. So we can see here that exploit, Unix, FTP, etc. is valid. So if we use 0, okay, now we're there. So now we can just do show options. Now we can set some options here to see what we're, fill in the blanks pretty much, right? We can do set. So first thing we're going to do is set our host, and it's 172.16.1.18. Okay, so this is the remote host that we have to put here. Okay, so hit enter here, show options. All right, so we have our remote host, the port, which is 21 for FTP, and we should be good. Okay, so now what we can do is try to look for payloads. So we have to, let's go back here. We can look at a payload, okay? So first of all, let's go back here. All right. We can see what payload we can use. I'm probably going to use a Unix reverse. Let's just see what we have on the internet that can help us with this, okay? All right, let's just see. Let's just see what other fun stuff is out there. All right. So what I'm going to do really quick is just show payloads. Whoop, nope, not post. Show payloads. Okay. So these are pretty much the payloads. Let me actually try to zoom out for a little bit, and let me try to clear this. And let's do that up arrow again. It's a little better. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use option 3, okay? You following? So what we're going to do here is just set the payload for 3, okay? So we're going to set payload, and then the payload is going to be CMD, Unix, reverse. Okay, so if we do show options now, we can see our payload options here. Okay, you guys following? So far, what we've done, we're actually going to copy this and put it in our cherry tree for payload. Okay, all right, cool. So now I think we should be good. The last thing I think we need to do is just identify the local host, which I can do that really quick. Do an if config. Mine is 172.16.1.6. So let's set local lhost. Whoops, .6. Thinking about the other one. So let's do show options really quick. And now we have our host, which is our server, the basic pen testing server. We have port 21. We have our local host. We have the L port 4444. And then we have the target is automatic. So now if we hit exploit, see what we're cracking with here, okay? See if it works. We'll give this a moment. Sometimes if it doesn't work, you just do it again and again. Oh, it looks like it's working. So we'll give this a couple seconds. All right, cool. So now we have command shell session 1 open. That means we technically got a shell, right? So if we're doing who am I on here, we are root. That's pretty dope, right? We're doing ID, we're root, cool deal. So now let's do an ls. All right, we have a whole bunch of files here. but we still have to we pretty much rooted the box, technically, right? But we don't know the username and password to get into this box yet, right? So right now we have root access, but we still have more steps to do because we have to get the password for that machine, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do is really quick. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Let's go out to the internet and just go Google, and we're gonna do a Python. So right now what we're gonna have to do is create a bash shell and use the Python 3 import options for, so let me see, it's Python 3 -C, I know, something like that, import, you know. And what I can also do too, I can just go out to, did I not save it on here? Okay, here we go. Shell. Let's do Python, py. Whoops, not Python G. So we can just do shell, and here we go. Boom. Copy this. Okay, let's go back to it. Paste this thing. Enter. Okay. Now we just do shell. Now let's see if we can get an actual shell on that box, and then we can start navigating around the file system. All right, cool deal. Awesome. Host name. Sweet. We're on that box. Now we'll do if config. Whoops, if I can spell if config. All right, cool deal. So now we're on that machine. Now we just have to look at some files on this machine to find out where the passwords are. And if you guys are familiar with Linux, it's going to be in the etc shadow. So that file contains the password file for the Linux system. Okay. So let's go ahead and really quick, let's cat etc shadow. Okay. So this shows all the information about this box. And this one, okay, this looks pretty interesting, right? Whole bunch of jibber jabber. So let's take this, copy this, and put it in our fancy. So we can just do, this looks like a hash. So what we're going to do is, but hash. So we might have to crack that, okay? So what we're going to have to do is probably copy that and use like hashcat or John or something like that. But let's just go ahead and, what I want to do really quick is I want to actually minimize all this, open up another terminal. Okay, let's make this bigger. Let's go back to sudo su. Do an ls. I'm going to throw it right here. So I want to do nano. Okay. And I want to paste this bad boy in here. Whoops, not that. Oh yeah, that is it. Ah, crap. Gravity crap. All right, let's just. Okay, let me. Man, this is okay. 1 second. Wow, okay, I don't know what's going on my keyboard, but let's go ahead and do that again. I want to go ahead and paste this in. That is the whole thing. Let's do a Control-Z, Control-X, and then I want to save this, yes. And then I'm just going to put hash password.txt. Okay, so if I do cat hash, and now we can see that there, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use John the Ripper to try to crack this. If not, then we'll try to go out to the internet, but I want to just use John really quick. Okay. No password left to crack. All right, so it loaded a hash. So if we do John -- show, and then what is it called? Hash. Okay, cool deal. So this is the one password cracked 0. So it's been cracked. Okay, so it looks like the password is going to be the same as the username. Okay, so technically, if we copy this, let's put this in our so that looks like it's going to be the password. So now, technically, we can go ahead and try to get onto that box. So let me bring it back over. Okay, so it's going to be mouse box. So let's check that out. Right, MARLINSPIKE. All right, looks like we're in. Let's go ahead and open up a terminal real quick, see what we're rocking with. Okay. See if I can. All right, let's do who am I? Okay. ID. All right, so it looks like we're good. So let's do sudo su. See if we can get into it. So MARLINSPIKE. Oh man, look at that. Who am I? Root. Cool deal. So I think we got it. I think that concludes the video, guys. So it looks like if we go back to here, it looks like we just needed to get root access. And we were able to get it. We were able to get into that box. So I think that completed this challenge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this basic pen testing walkthrough from VulnHub. So until next time, guys, please like, subscribe, share. And if you have any requests, just shoot it over to me and I'll try to do it and make a walkthrough. Thank you, guys.